Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. Although, a little spoiler, I'm actually filming this on New Year's Eve. I wanted to start the new year just hanging out with Craig and Stella and relaxing today when you guys are watching this. So I decided to pre-record. But anyway, here's to a fresh start in a new year and hopefully a really great year. I know last year was really rough on a lot of people, me included, and I definitely had to sort of pull myself up by the old bootstraps at times and tell myself that everything's gonna be okay. And I think that it will. I am really trying hard to have a positive outlook for this year and just hoping to be able to get back to work and yeah, just being happy and content. Trying to do good things and trying to have some fun this year. So I'm sure it will come in due time. In the meantime, I wish all of you a fantastic start to the new year. I'm so excited to spend another year with all of you. I have no intentions of stopping YouTube. I do plan to make a few changes here and there on my channel. I don't plan on uploading quite as much, but we'll kind of talk about that at some point. So anyway, I have my very first Friday favorites and flops of the year. There's no flops. There was nothing that I used this past week that made me unhappy in any kind of way. So these are just favorites for you guys. As always, I will put links down below. I'll try to, I always say this, I'll try to be brief, but I feel like I just always have so much information that I want to share about products, and it means that I talk a lot, which isn't great in YouTube world, I understand, but I don't know. I'm also one of those people that tries to like anticipate what questions are gonna come my way and to just try to like answer them so that people don't have to ask questions, but I don't know, maybe that's something I need to stop doing. Maybe I'll work on that. All right, let's get into it, guys. We are starting with my perfume pick of the week. And this one is, I did pick up one last perfume for 2020. 2020 was like a year of just fragrance in general for me, but I definitely purchased a few perfumes. And the one that I was still wanting to snag from Ellis Brooklyn was the Raven scent, because when I saw the scent notes, I thought it might be dangerously close to my Bastide Ombre Marquis, which is so beautiful. And I am proud to say it's not a dupe, but they're very close. So I will say the price point between these two, it's not vastly different. So you're not going to be saving a whole lot with the Ellis Brooklyn, but it is a little bit less expensive from what I remember from the Bastide fragrances. But I love warm, cozy amber scents, and this one has rocked my world. And these Bastide scents, by the way, this is a French perfume company. These are so beautiful. I can't recommend them highly enough. Even though this is only an eau de toilette, it lasts on me like an eau de parfum. So the Raven scent has those same beautiful, warm, cozy amber notes. And it's just, oh, it's so pretty. I feel like this has a little bit more of like a woodiness to it than maybe the Bastide does, but the amber is really the predominant note, and it's really that same warm, again, cozy, comforting, just beautiful amber note. I feel like this particular fragrance could also almost be unisex. It's a little bit more on the masculine side for what I tend to go towards normally. So if you wanted to share this with hubby, you probably do that and easily get away with it. It's really, really lovely. The Ellis Brooklyn fragrances are available at Ulta now, which is where I bought this one. And I did use another one of my, Ulta was so generous with the 20% off coupons. They just kept sending them at the end of like December. So I was like, well, so I got this for $80 instead of the normal $100, which is still a lot to spend on a perfume. But I think I'm done perfume shopping maybe for a little bit, at least a few months. All right, let's do skin. Okay, I have been using this again for a while. I took some time off from it, but the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum is really lovely as a primer, you guys. This has peach extracts in it as well as a peptide complex. I believe there's also niacinamide in here. Yeah, there's niacinamide, there's wild yam, hyaluronic acid. It's just a beautiful primer, and I love this. This is another brand that you can find at Ulta. I will, of course, put links for everything in the description box down below. But if you're just looking for something to even out your skin, this has no color to it, but I feel like this helps to kind of fill in pores a little bit. It really does provide like this beautiful from within glow to your skin. I have to wait about 10-15 minutes before putting on my makeup with this. It does take just a little bit to really soak into my skin, but once it does, like it's perfection. Like my makeup just goes on over top and it looks so good. And I feel like it also helps to extend the wear of my makeup. So that's a huge winner. Okay, so Briogeo is now at Ulta as well. I feel like Ulta is just acquiring all of the brands, which I think is great because I like their reward system a lot better. And I'm really glad because, so this Briogeo, this is the Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I forgot how great this was. This came with the little honey bear set that I bought at Sephora. I think that's still available. I'll link it down below if it is. But this is such a great deep conditioner. I used it this morning and it just hydrates my hair so nicely without weighing it down. And I forgot how good this smells. I mean, this smells like $1,000,000. You guys know how much I love to say that. Highly, highly recommend if you've never tried it. Okay, I wanted to mention this because it's currently on sale. I got a message from City Beauty and they were saying that they're going to be putting their Invisicrepe body balm on sale. So I believe the sale actually ends today, so you kind of have to act fast if you want to try it. But you guys, I love this body balm from them. I'm nearing the end of this one. I'm gonna have to snag another one. They've had a couple of really great sales on this product. This I love not only to like hydrate my legs after shaving, or I can also actually use this on my upper arms, which is where I tend to be prone to eczema. But this, I find this is really actually soothing on my eczema. But where I've really been liking this is on my chest and the old boobies. I find that this has like a little bit of like a skin tightening type of effect. It's not dramatic. It's not, I mean, you know, it's not going to lift, you know, it's not going to lift everything up in the way that some other things like surgery might. But I do like how this is making this whole area look and feel. It's soft, it's hydrated. It's just a great body balm. And right now, I believe with the sale, you can get one for $39. It's normally, I think, like $60, so it's a pretty good deal. You do have to use the link down below. You can't use my normal discount code on it, but the discount that they're doing on it now is way better than the normal discount code applied to this anyway. So if you've always wanted to try it, I would definitely suggest grabbing it during the sale. So, and it's also one of those like buy more, save more type of deals. But I would say just start out with the one. If you're interested, like if you already have body balm coming out of your ears, then obviously don't get this and add it to your collection. But if you're in the market, this is really, really nice and I like it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna put another plug in for this empty palette from Tarte because That's right, I bought myself another one. You guys, I love these empty palettes from Tarte. They are so like substantial and sturdy, and I am going to depot so many of my eyeshadows this year. I find that when I put them in these palettes, I already have 3 that are full. Got 3 here. Look at that. One of them has all of my Sydney Grace shadows. The other 2 are full of Viseart eyeshadows. I love having all of my eyeshadows in one place. Like, for example, here's the Sydney Grace. Obviously, I still have a little bit of room for growth, and I might be doing that this year. I don't think have I reviewed Sydney Grace? Maybe. I think I did like an initial impressions. But after I made my first purchase, I definitely went back and snagged a few more. I really do like these shadows. I think they're very nice. Are they significantly less expensive than like higher end shadows? Not necessarily, especially if you're trying to put together like a whole palette. I mean, they're $5-6 a pop, I think. So, you know, if you're buying like 7 or 8 to make yourself a custom palette, it's gonna be about the same. But I do think the quality is really good and I like it. And yeah, I don't know why I got distracted there. But the moral of the story is, I'll link these down below. They're on the Tarte website. There's some other designs as well, but I just find this one really easy to clean. Like there's one with sequins, which I think is just, this is over the top, obviously. But I mean, this is just easier to clean, which is what appealed to me. It's like a really nice like vinyl. Get you one of those if you would like to depot some of your shadows. Speaking of eyeshadows, this week I have been using the Violet Attendu from Viseart because honestly, you guys, Viseart still is one of my go-tos, one of my favorites. They came out with a lot of really great stuff this year. I think this is probably my favorite. I think it is. Like just looking at it, it's very me. I love all of these shades. Plums, mauves, purples, nudes, blushes, like those are all kind of my go-to colors, and you can find many of them in this palette. And this eye look here today is from this palette. I think I've done a tutorial with this. If I did, I'll link it down below, but that's really good. Blush this week was either the Euphoric Fusion from this Ambient Edit palette. Hourglass is now also at Ulta, which is where this beauty from, but it's this shade right here. So that's what I have on my cheeks today, and I love it. You can get just this blush on its own. Oh, UPS. I'm always impressed by how they back up into our neighbor's driveway because it's long, and I cannot back down a driveway without like the whole, I don't know why I can't go in a straight line. It's like physically impossible for me to back down our driveway in a straight line. There have been so many times where I've almost like hit one of the rocks that we put in place for people that, like me, that suck at backing up to try to protect all of our plantings that we planted last year. So yeah, anyway. He's good at his job. I like him. Okay, Everlasting blush from KVD in Rosebud was also my other pick from the week. And yeah, KVD Beauty is now also at Ulta. Ulta's really kind of winning it, I feel like. By the way, Kat Von D is no longer involved with this brand at all. So if that was like a huge sticking point for you for not purchasing from them, she's gone. I think they bought her out. We're like, enough of that. Lips this week has been just this trio of Fenty glosses, these gloss bombs. I love these. I know that she recently came out with a cream line. I'm definitely interested in them, but these gloss bombs are gorgeous. So Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Sweet Mouth are the 3 that I have. And these are so easy, you guys. There's a nice amount of color to these. They're so moisturizing. They just feel really good on the lips, but they're not overly sticky. They stay put a decent amount of time. They're just pretty. I think these are pretty, and I love them, and I love the formula. This powder, I feel like this is the one that I'm just gonna stick with going forward because it's so good. The Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I just keep reaching for this. I have several other powders that I just need to use up, and I will make a commitment to finishing those up. But once I do, this powder makes my skin look the smoothest and the softest, and it really does give it just a nice lit from within glow, even with my powder foundation. And I actually put this on before I put on my powder foundation. So it goes skincare, SPF, this, and I do apply it with a sponge, by the way, just like whatever sponge you have. I just sort of press it into my skin. I'll do a foundation tutorial coming up. But yeah, it just glows. It's beautiful. My winning mascara combo really has been the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast and the Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara from, I feel like my phone's gonna ring any second. Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara from Wander Beauty. This combination here is really great for an everyday lash look. Both of these separate my lashes so gorgeously. I think they're fine on their own. I think they're actually better than fine. They're great on their own. But when I combine them, I just get a really nice, long, lush lash look that isn't out of control or clumpy or goopy or anything like. It just is great. I love these two together. If you have both of them, try pairing them because this is a great mascara combo. People always talk about lip combos. I am here for mascara combos. It's rare. I feel like it's rare that I only use one mascara at a time. Okay, I wanted to fill you guys in just really quickly. I did pick up the new Fenty powder foundation. It was kind of hard to choose the color online. I didn't go with what Sephora suggested for me because I think it would have been way too light. So I went with the shade 145. This is her new Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I definitely want to try a few more brands of powder foundation this year just to give you guys lots of options that I think are fantastic for an oily skin type. Just a note about the packaging, it's really nice. So 145 looks, oh, it comes with a really nice, I'm not gonna use this sponge, but there's a nice sponge on the bottom. This is what 145 looks like. So this has a warm yellow olive undertone, I think. I think this will be a pretty good fit for me. By the way, my neck irritation is back. I don't want to talk about it. I feel like I gave myself eczema here from the chemical burn that I had earlier in 2020. And now it just periodically like flares up. I'm over it. I do have snail mucin as well as the centella, which I texted Penny as soon as it started acting up. Penny from Pen's Skincare, and I was like, oh, do you think I should just stick with the usual? And she said, yeah, definitely, just, stick with the snail mucin. And it does, it calms it, it clears it up after like a couple of days, but not a great way to ring in the new year. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be testing this out, and you'll see a review of it early on in January. So, all right, guys, that is the first Friday favorites and flops of the new year. This series is continuing this year, obviously, so I can't wait to share more favorites with you and hopefully not very many flops, because we all know wasting money on products that don't work isn't the greatest. Although most stores have a pretty great return policy. But anyway, I'm taking my coffee, and I'm actually going to be doing a live stream today in an hour. So hopefully I will have seen some of you guys there. So I have to get that set up here. Have a great first day of the new year. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.